नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आप सभी का हमारे चैनल ग्रेजुएट एकेडमी में, जहां पे हम आपके लिए लाते हैं एजुकेशनल वीडियोस। हमारे एजुकेशनल वीडियोस देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और दबाइए बेल आइकॉन को, ताकि नोटिफिकेशंस आपको टाइम पर मिलते रहें। The 5 laws of library science were enunciated in 1928 by S.R. Ranganathan. The Indian Library Association was founded at Calcutta in 1933. The definition of a public library was formulated by UNESCO in 1949 and was revised in 1972. The Russian State Library is located in Moscow. The first librarian of National Library Calcutta was B.S. Keshwan. The birth of ILA took place in year 1933. What was the name of the National Library of India before independence? Imperial Library. Books for all is a variant of second law. Every reader his her book. The National Science Library is the part of NISCARE. The Library Association UK was formed in 1877. It is a special responsibility of a public library to work for the education of the illiterate people of the community. Institutions like documentation centers, data banks, media resource centers have come to meet the information needs of the users. Normative principles constitute a yardstick for testing the validity of everything done in relation to a library. Public libraries are having a role, especially in the field of research of community awareness programs. Libraries of clay tablets were found in Assyria and Babylonia. You have to keep in mind the message of first and fifth law of library science while choosing the location, planning, and designing of library building. NISAT serves as a focal point in framing the information policy in India for UNCIST UNESCO. According to fifth law of library science, library is a growing organism. According to fifth law of library science, the basic components of a library are books, staff, readers, and physical plant. Major credit for the development of library movement in USA goes to American Library Association. The first circulating library was established in Edinburgh in 1925 by Allen Ramsay. What are the basic components of a library? Books, readers, and staff. The donation from Andrew Carnegie was mainly meant for the construction of library building. Public libraries have a responsibility to support formal and informal education. Franklin Library was often referred as the mother of all the public libraries in America. The UNESCO definition for the public library is known as UNESCO Public Library Manifesto. Establishment of British National Library was done on the recommendation of F.S. Denton. The chairman of the Advisory Committee for Libraries in 1958 in India was K.P. Sinha. The National Library of India uses to classify the books DDC 16th to 19th
Addition. The Library of Congress was established in the year 1800. The Librarian of Library of Congress is appointed by the President of the United States. The National Library of India was declared open to the nation by on 1st February Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, 1953. National Information Center for Crystallography was established in 1986 at Madras. The fifth law of library sciences: library is a growing organism. Library of Congress is located in Washington, D.C. The London Library was founded in the year 1841 by Thomas Carlyle. The British Library Act came into operation on 1st July 1973. In 1948, the name of Imperial Library of Calcutta was changed to National Library of India. The public library movement was started first from Baroda State, 1910. The report of the Advisory Committee for Libraries, 1958, is known as Sinha Committee Report. NISAT is functioning under the Department of Science and Technology. Which state enacted its Public Libraries Act in 1960? Andhra Pradesh. The report of UGC Library Committee chaired by Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, 1959, and meant for university and college libraries. Which is the National Library of the UK? The British Library. The Secondary Education Commission, 1952-53, was appointed under the chairmanship of Dr. Mudaliar. The recommendations of the Raj State Committee that of the university budget should be available for the university library 20%. How many sectorial centers of NISAT are? Which state first enacted the Public Library Act in India? Tamil Nadu. Karnataka Public Library Act was enacted in the year 1965. In its function under the auspices of the IAEA is the national center of all activities of NS in India. BARC. Inter-Library Resource Center ILRC established in the year 1957 at Delhi. How many Indian states have passed library legislation? 11. AGRIS is sponsored by FAO of UN. ISLIC was founded in the year 1955. DECIDOC was established in 1958 under the auspices of DRDO. NISAT was established as a project of science and technology under 5-year plan of India. 5th. AGRIS became operational in and sponsored by 1975 FAO. FID was originally established by Pale Outlet and Henry LaFontaine. IFLA was founded in the year 1929. UNESCO launched UNICEF program in 1972. The activities of IFLA are guided by MTP. Blaze, an online service provided by for information retrieval and recorded supply. British Library. The State Russian Library began to function as the National Library of USSR in the year 1925. Khudabakhsh Oriental Library comes under the category of Public Library. RRLF promotes to Public Library. Haryana Public Library Act was passed in year 1989. Kerala Public Library Act was passed in year 1989. Library serves as an instrument of information self-education. Public. A special library offers service only to the staff of their parent organization. National Information Centers for Textiles and Allied Subjects was established in the year 1986. The Tamil Nadu Public Library Act was enacted in the year 1948. The structure and cadre of the staff for libraries are well organized in Karnataka Public Libraries Act. Public Libraries Act do not charge levy and library cess, Maharashtra and West Bengal. Atom Index is brought out by INIS. UNICEF was launched by UNESCO in 1973. IFLA stands for International Federation of Library Association and Institutions. The name of Library Association of the United Kingdom changed to Library Association UK on 30th January 1896. Library Technology Reports is a publication of ALA. The three types of computerized networks which can assist in resource sharing are star, hierarchical, and distributed. The Library and Information Service Division of the Bhabha Atomic Research Center is the national center for all activities in INIS. British Union Catalogue of Periodicals BUCOP is a record of periodicals of the world from 17th century to present day in British libraries. Who brought library movement in Punjab? Anna von Dickinson. August 14, 1850 is a red letter day in the history and development of British libraries because public libraries will receive the Royal Assent. Health Survey and Development Committee recommended the establishment and Central Medical Library. National Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped of India is located at Dehradun. National Union Catalogue (NUC) is compiled, maintained and printed by Library of Congress, USA. Secondary school libraries fulfills the requirements of students covering the classes 6 to 12. Academic library consists of college and university libraries. OCLC stands for Online Computer Library Center. OCLC Project, MARC Project, and Library of Congress Shared Cataloging Project are the example of cooperative processing of materials. A computer network NISNet was designed by National Informatics Center. Who was the chairman of NAPLIS committee appointed in October 1985? D.P. Chattopadhyay. 4 important techniques used to explore the information needs of users are questionnaire, interview, diary, and observation. Under interview method, the data are collected through structured and unstructured. National Union Catalogue of Scientific Serials in India NUCSSI is published by INSDOC. The first president of ISLIC was Dr. S.L. Hora. ISLIC is cooperating with NISAT. Journal of Librarianship is the publication of Library Association UK. Walford Guide to Reference Materials is a publication of Library Association UK. Sociometry introduced by Jennings.
अगर आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा हो तो इसे लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए अपने दोस्तों के साथ, और अगर आपका कोई प्रश्न या सुझाव है तो उसे कमेंट सेक्शन में लिखिए। हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए अगर आपने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है अभी तक। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग, कीप सपोर्टिंग अस।